Most people don't know this, but the gods who ruled ancient myths weren't just magical beings. They were terrifying forces of pure destruction. Imagine a power so intense it could shatter entire worlds with a single breath. A force so chaotic that entire civilizations trembled at its mere mention. These weren't just myths. These were real beliefs that shaped how entire cultures understood the universe. What if I told you that destruction wasn't something to fear, but something to understand? That every culture on Earth has a secret mythology about gods whose entire purpose was to tear everything apart, only to rebuild it again? From the frozen lands of Norse mythology to the burning temples of Aztec civilization, these deities weren't just characters in old stories, they were walking apocalypses. Imagine Loki, the Norse trickster who triggers the end of the world. These weren't just gods, they were living, breathing representations of humanity's deepest fears and most profound understanding of change. In the next few minutes, I'm going to take you on a journey through the most powerful, most terrifying gods of destruction, from cultures you've probably never even heard of. We'll explore how these beings weren't just about ending things. They were about transformation, about showing that every ending is just another beginning. Think destruction is simple? Think again. These gods prove that chaos isn't just about breaking things down. It's about creating space for something entirely new, something no one has ever seen before. Get ready to have everything you thought you knew about mythology destroyed and then rebuilt. Ready to dive deep into the most powerful destroyers in human history? Greek mythology. Eris wasn't just some random troublemaker. She was the ultimate chaos starter. Picture this: one golden apple, 3 angry goddesses, and an entire war that would change history forever. During the wedding of Peleus and Thetis, Eris shows up uninvited and throws a golden apple marked "for the fairest." That single moment? Pure chaos. Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite went crazy fighting over this apple. Their fight triggered a chain reaction that ultimately caused the Trojan War. One goddess, one apple, an entire civilization was destroyed. That's real power. But Eris wasn't done. She didn't just start wars. She rode alongside her brother Ares, whispering destruction into people's ears. Her entire existence was about breaking rules, shattering expectations, and proving that disorder could be more powerful than any organized plan. Then there's Typhon. And trust me, this guy makes other monsters look like cute puppies. He was so massive that when he stood up, his head touched the stars. We're talking about a creature so terrifying that even Zeus, the king of gods, struggled to take him down. Imagine a monster so huge that when he roared, earthquakes happened. When he breathed, hurricanes formed. Zeus didn't just fight Typhon. He saved the entire cosmic order from destruction. And Perseus? He was destruction personified. Not the loud, dramatic destruction of Typhon. He was the quiet, symbolic destruction that eats away at everything. The kind of force that makes civilizations crumble from the inside. These weren't just gods. They were walking apocalypses. Norse mythology. Loki wasn't just a troublemaker. He was the ultimate chaos machine that would trigger the end of the world. Imagine a god so unpredictable that his own family couldn't trust him. One moment he's helping the gods, the next he's plotting their destruction. Most people think Loki was just a trickster, but he was the architect of Ragnarok, the apocalypse that would destroy everything. He didn't just cause problems. He engineered the total collapse of the Norse divine world. His children would become the weapons of mass destruction that would tear apart the cosmos. The Fenrir wolf, his son, whose destiny was to kill Odin during Ragnarok. The Midgard serpent, another one of his kids, destined to fight Thor and cause so much destruction that the world would sink into the ocean. But Surtur, he's the real nightmare. This fire giant doesn't just start fires. He's going to burn down the entire universe. When Ragnarok hits, Surtur will arrive with a sword so bright and hot that it will make the sun look like a candle. He'll set everything on fire. Gods, worlds, everything. These weren't just mythological characters. These were walking, talking apocalypses waiting to happen. Loki and Surtur didn't just break things. They were designed to completely reset the entire cosmic order. Destruction wasn't their job. It was their destiny. Egyptian mythology. Set isn't just a villain. He's the ultimate chaos god who plays both sides. Imagine a deity so complex that he's both destroyer and protector. He murdered his brother Osiris, cut him into pieces, and scattered those pieces across Egypt. But here's the crazy part. He also protected the sun god Ra during his nightly battles. Most people think Set is just pure evil, but he's way more complicated. He represents the harsh desert, the dangerous spaces between order and chaos. When other gods wanted smooth sailing, Set brought sandstorms. When civilization wanted peace, He brought disruption. And Apep? This isn't just a snake. This is the ultimate force of darkness that tries to destroy the sun itself every single night. Picture this. Every evening, Ra has to fight a massive serpent that wants to consume all light. Apep doesn't just create problems. He wants to eliminate existence itself. Most people don't know this. But Egyptian mythology saw chaos as a necessary part of creation. Set and Apep weren't just bad guys. They were essential to how the universe worked. They showed that destruction isn't the end. It's just another form of creation. Imagine a god so powerful that his entire job is to fight against light every single night. That's Apep, a creature so massive, so dark, that stopping the sun is his only mission. These weren't just myths. These were humanity's way of understanding that chaos and destruction are part of how the world works. Mesopotamian mythology. Tiamat wasn't just a monster. She was the original chaos that existed before anything else. Imagine a being so powerful that she was the ocean of creation and destruction. Most people think creation is clean and simple, but in Mesopotamian mythology, creation happens through chaos. Tiamat started as a primordial goddess who gave birth to the first gods, but when her children decided to kill her, she transformed into the ultimate force of vengeance. Imagine a massive sea dragon so enormous that her body becomes the entire universe. When her children betrayed her, she didn't just get angry, she became a walking apocalypse. Her rage was so intense that the gods had to fight her to create the world we know. Marduk, the hero god, didn't just defeat Tiamat. He cut her body in half to create the heavens and the earth. Her blood became rivers. Her bones became mountains. Her corpse became the foundation of everything. This isn't just a myth. This is a story about how destruction is the first step of creation. Tiamat didn't just die. She became the blueprint for existence itself. Most people don't know this, but in Mesopotamian mythology, chaos isn't something to fear. It's the raw material of creation. Tiamat proves that every ending is just another beginning. Destruction isn't the end. It's the start of something entirely new. Other cultures. In Celtic mythology, Balor wasn't just a god. He was a walking apocalypse. Imagine a deity with an evil eye so powerful that whenever he opens it, everything dies. One look could wipe out entire armies. This wasn't just a myth. This was Celtic mythology's most terrifying weapon of mass destruction. Aztec mythology's Tezcatlipoca? He's the god of conflict, darkness, and transformation. Most people think gods are about peace. He proved that conflict is how the world changes. He could shapeshift, showing up everywhere to create chaos. One moment he's human, the next he's a jaguar destroying everything in his path. And Vukub Kakix from Mayan mythology? This guy thought he was the sun and moon. He was so arrogant that he wanted to be worshipped as a god. But here's the twist. He was a false god destined to be destroyed by hero twins. Most people don't know this, but these weren't just random mythological characters. They were each culture's way of understanding that destruction isn't always bad. Sometimes, things need to be torn down to be rebuilt. Imagine gods so powerful that their entire existence was about showing how change happens. Not through smooth transitions, but through complete, total disruption. These gods weren't just myths. They were walking proof that chaos is the real engine of transformation. Destruction isn't the end, it's just another beginning. Conclusion. Destruction in mythology is not simply about ending things, but about transformation and renewal. It highlights how these gods from various cultures represent a profound understanding of change, that destruction is a necessary part of creation, not just a negative force. These myths teach us to view destruction as a powerful catalyst for transformation, challenging the common perception that change is something to be feared. It presents destruction as a natural, often essential process that creates space for new beginnings. The key message is that these mythological gods are more than just characters in old stories. They are symbolic representations of how the universe fundamentally works, showing that every ending is potentially the most powerful kind of beginning. If you're the type of person who loves secrets that shake everything you thought you knew, hit that subscribe button. Every week, we're going to tear apart another myth, another story that most people are too afraid to explore. Think mythology is boring? We're about to prove you wrong. Next week, we're diving into something even more mind-blowing. Gods who don't just destroy, gods who can remake reality itself. One click, one subscribe, unlimited destruction.